Hello everyone, welcome back to part 54 of creating this watch inside of my 2018. So what we're going to be doing today is adding a lot of the screws that are missing right now. So with this piece selected, just our general screw, we need to add one about to there. Well, I don't know what that is all about. So I'm just going to close Discord, sorry about that, and send another pivot to. So it looks like it's about at the head of these little monkey looking things. So with this piece selected, I'm just going to duplicate it and bring this all the way over to, let's see, I want it on that same plane maybe. Over to, let's see, bring it up and over, scale it in, and then it looks to me like it kind of just is about this size, although it just needs to be a bit more centered. So see if I hold down V if this can do anything. I don't think anything useful. So about something like this looks good. And scale it out a little bit more too. Okay. And then let's see. This needs to be about. See, this is a weird screw, but something like that is what I like. Okay. So then I need to do that same thing. So I'm gonna select this D. And then hold down V, and then snap this all the way over to there, duplicate it, scale that over -1 in the X, or actually we might not do that, because we need to scale it negative that number. Perfect, and then I think we need to do the same for the bottom. Whoa. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to select those, and also one thing I forgot to do is these need to be centered. Whoops, but also rotated to some random amount. That way I don't have every screw pointing the same way, because that would just look silly and very CG. Okay, so now I'm going to select both of these and change their pivots to maybe just this piece or something, and duplicate it, although I need to freeze those transformations first. And then, okay, I think that's happening because, yeah, this down is way lower than that. So let's see, if I just bring these down, then I'm going to send a pivot to like there, and then I'm just going to delete that one. Select this and move it to, let's see, about the same it would be if it was at the top. So yeah, like that. Press D and hold down V and then snap that to there. I'm gonna duplicate this piece and scale it to -1. Okay, so now with those screws, you center those pivots, rotate those randomly. Center, rotate. Alright, so now we can probably add some more screws, maybe to those. And then one other thing I noticed is that these little like rings right here are a bit too thin. See, if we look at like a bigger one, they're a lot more thick. So I'm going to select those, and I'm going to do Control E to extrude, but then just bring this out to something kind of bigger, like that. And then we can take a look, and that looks a lot better now. Okay. And I'm going to do the same for these ones. So Control E, and just scale those out to something kind of like that. Okay. Yeah, that looks better on both sides. So now I want to see what kind of screw is in those, if it is even any screw. It is. Okay. So same thing. Also, just so you know, once those are smooth, it'll be circled. So let's select these ones or something, or actually, how about these ones? They're on the same level. Duplicate them, bring them over to like here, although freeze them. Whoa, don't want to do that. Something like here, so that when this is like this, it would be pretty good. Although they seem to be kind of in there, so once these are properly smoothed. Okay. press 1 and give this a random rotation. Save, and I'm gonna press D, hold down V, and then snap that to that midpoint. Duplicate it, although we need to freeze the transformations first. All the way over -1. When you freeze, it resets everything to 1. So for example, if I were to freeze this, that would turn to 1. Although I don't want to do that. Okay. So, we have made a lot of these screws. I want to see how long this episode's been. Alright, let's just go to like 10 minutes of just doing screws. This needs to be centered as well as that, so that's better. Although, why is this off-center? Is this one off-center too? No. Weird. Let's make that centered. Oops, I meant to press 3, not 2. 2 gives us that weird box thing. Okay. That's weird. Also, maybe I'd select everything too and just center the pivots for those, just to make things a bit easier. And I still wonder why those vases are all spazzing out. It really annoys me to this day. But, let's see what other things need screws. Sorry about that. I believe we can add some screws to see if there's any empty holes. That'll give us some tips. I think inside of these, maybe? Yeah, they seem to have screws in them. So, see if there's anything else before I do that. I don't think anything that I easily see right now. We haven't created this piece yet just because I'm being lazy. But that might be it for now. So yeah, let's get started. Now with all these pieces, actually the only piece I don't know how to create are these things, so I'm gonna have to like research in time. Although I do have an idea, I don't know exactly how I will create that. So with one of these selected, with the time we have left, let's put them into these places. I think that'll look pretty good. So I'm gonna duplicate this, go into like my side view, bring this all the way to like here, and let's see if I hold down V if it would like snap it. Nope. Okay. Hold down. We freeze the transformations first. Hold down J to snap that to 90 degrees, and let's see how this is looking. Okay. Needs to also be moved to like about the center-ish and scaled up totally, so we can even match our reference right there. Something about the same size. So, why do I feel like it's at an angle? I think it's because it actually is at an angle, so I'm just gonna move this back to around like the middle there, and have this rotated till it looks good. Alright, sorry about that, my dad came in. And also we can rotate that just so that it's not the same as whatever else will be. So I can select this now, and let's see, center the pivot, freeze the transformations, press D, hold down V, snap to that, whoa, not that, snap to there, and then I'm gonna duplicate it all the way to -1. Okay, so it's perfect on both sides, except on this one, it needs to be rotated to something random, like, I don't know, a little bit different. So then I'm going to select both of those, center those pivots, let's see, duplicate them over, although I want to scale this -1 on the scale Z, that way they're flipped. So kind of like that, that way when they are pushed all the way up to here, they are facing that same way. So I think it needs to be like in the middle of all of those things, because that's what it is over here, except maybe a bit lower. And then with that just in place, we can take a look at how it actually looks, and that looks good to me. The only things I would change would be maybe a little rotation. I don't know. just to make it less CG looking, you know what I mean? If every single like bolt is same, it doesn't look like they were made. Um, like it doesn't look real, it looks fake. So with all of those done, I think we'll end this episode off here. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe.